Y&R Spoilers revealed the complicated relationship between Audra and Holden has always been a mystery on The Young and the Restless. From chance encounters to the deep connection they share, their story is never straightforward. Although Audra has revealed some of the truth about her relationship with Holden to Nate, she still harbors many secrets. So what exactly is their relationship and how will it affect the lives of those around them, especially Nate, Amy, and Damian Kane? Audra is a smart, sharp woman who keeps secrets that only those involved can fully understand. Her connection with Holden is not a fling or a brief fling. Their story is much deeper and is an important part of both of their journeys. However, Audra knows that if the truth about their past is exposed, everything could fall apart. So she was careful when sharing her story with Nate, not revealing the whole truth. But Holden had a different approach. He didn't want things to stop at empty words, but wanted to take advantage of this relationship to achieve his own goals. When the two sat down to discuss a strategy, Holden always tried to come up with calculated, clever ideas that made Audra rethink how she could take advantage of this situation. This was not only related to increasing her influence over Damian Kane, but also an opportunity for Holden and Audra to be closer to each other. During the conversation between Audra and Holden, Audra emphasized that their past relationships should not dominate their current relationship. She wanted to keep everything a secret, to avoid disrupting the plans that were being implemented. However, Holden didn't think so. For someone like him, everything could be taken advantage of, even past feelings. He skillfully makes Audra reconsider not only their current relationship, but also the opportunity for them to bond more closely. Holden is not afraid to share bold ideas, to promote the bond between Damian Kane and Nate and Amy. He knows that if they want Damian's support, they need to create a context that makes people feel the need to bond, even creating fake conflicts to keep them close. But inside Audra, a part of her feels worried. It's too dangerous, and if they're not careful, they could create enemies for themselves. Behind the clever words and strategic ideas, Holden has other plans. Although he is committed to helping Audra achieve her goals, in reality, Holden's main purpose is to find a way to create opportunities for him and Audra to spend more time together. He knows that these conversations and closeness will deepen their relationship. But does Audra realize this? Holden is a manipulator and creates opportunities for himself. He sees this relationship as an opportunity to seize control, not only for his own benefit but also to put other relationships in a difficult position. He realizes that while Audra is preoccupied with protecting their past, he can use this situation to push Damian into a corner, put pressure on Nate and Amy, and strengthen his position in the family. When Audra agrees to sit down with Holden to strategize, she is not simply preparing to deal with Damian, but also preparing for a dangerous game. Their relationship, even though it is part of the past, will have a significant impact on every decision they make in the future. And as time goes on, Audra must come to terms with the fact that Holden is not just an ally, but someone who can change the course of any situation, in ways she has never seen before. With each move, Holden and Audra's story becomes more complicated. Not only are they strategizing how to deal with Damian, but they are also playing a game where each decision can change everything. Audra, while understanding some of Holden's strategy, may not realize that she is also becoming a pawn in his hands. As Holden and Audra's plans come to fruition, the relationships on The Young and the Restless will be tested in unexpected ways. Audra and Holden will not only have to deal with Damian and Nate, but also the machinations they have been building. Will they be able to maintain control? Or will things fall apart when secrets are revealed? One thing is for sure, with Holden's ingenuity and Audra's intelligence, this game will become increasingly tense and unpredictable. Every relationship has an unpredictable power, and the decisions made can change not only the individual but also the people around them. This time the story revolves around Claire, Kyle, Summer, and Victor Newman, with secrets, stressful choices, and a warning from the person no one wants to upset, Victor Newman. Victor is a powerful and feared figure in the business world as well as the Newman family, never leaving a detail unturned when predicting the future. And this time, he is not only making judgments about work but also about the personal lives of his loved ones, especially the relationship between Claire and Kyle. Victor sees clearly what many people do not want to accept: the relationship between Claire and Kyle is on the brink of the abyss. Although Claire always sees herself as the one in control of the situation, she may not understand that her own decisions are pushing everything down an unpredictable path. In Victor's eyes, Kyle and Summer's reunion is inevitable, and if Claire continues to support this relationship, she will soon face an irreparable emotional crisis. Victor did not stop there, but gave a stern warning. He did not hesitate to let Claire know that if she did not change her mind and back off, she would soon suffer painful consequences. This relationship between Claire and Kyle, according to Victor's prediction, could lead to disaster. He did not hesitate to push Claire into a difficult situation, with a somewhat stern advice: if you do not end this relationship now, you will not only be disappointed but also regret it for the rest of your life. While Victor was worried about Claire's feelings, Audra played an important role in another strategy. She did not reveal the whole story about her relationship with Holden and the secrets behind the plans being implemented. She knows that once these secrets are exposed, it could destroy not only her current relationships but everything she has built. Audra has always been cautious and calculating, but when it comes to relationships like Claire and Kyle, she can't completely ignore them. She keeps everything she knows to herself, especially important details that could affect Kyle, Summer, and Victor. However, these complicated relationships make it impossible for Audra not to be involved in the stories behind them. She will have to face situations that she cannot control and consequences that she cannot foresee. While the Newman family relationships are being tested, Jack Abbott continues to be a man trying to protect the people he loves, especially Summer. In a conversation with her, Jack will make an important promise, maybe an emotional protection or a commitment to not let Summer get hurt. Jack's promises will reflect his desire to see Summer happy, but will they really help her avoid the emotional pitfalls she's fallen into with Kyle? Summer and Kyle's relationship, especially their reunion, will be a big test for Jack. While he's always wanted to protect Summer from making big mistakes, it seems like her decisions won't be easily changed. Jack will have to deal with things he can't control, and while he'll try to help Summer, this could put him at odds with Victor once again, especially since Victor sees Claire and Kyle's relationship as a looming disaster. Victor's warning to Claire becomes even more serious when he issues an ultimatum. This ultimatum could be a strong attempt to convince Claire to give up on her relationship with Kyle right now. Victor isn't one to give unreasonable advice. Every word he said was carefully calculated, because he knew better than anyone about relationships and what could happen in the future. With an undeniable determination, Victor warned Claire that if she did not act now to end her relationship with Kyle, the consequences would be inevitable pain. No matter how much Claire loved Kyle, Victor could not sit idly by when his family was at risk of falling apart. This left Claire with a difficult choice: continue to love and fight for this relationship, or listen to Victor's warning and avoid the emotional disaster he predicted? The Abbott family's relationships are always an emotional, complex, and challenging topic. Summer's story is especially intense, as she struggles with feelings of alienation and jealousy as Kyle becomes increasingly close to Claire. Although Summer has always been an important part of the Abbott family, Kyle and Claire's relationship leaves her feeling abandoned and no longer a priority in his heart. This puts Summer in a difficult position, and Jack Abbott, her caring and devoted father, is the only one who can comfort her in this moment. An emotional conversation between Summer and Jack. When Summer goes to Jack, she is not only looking for advice, but also for comfort from her trusted father. Jack, with his experience and understanding nature, recognizes the insecurities that are looming over his daughter. It's easy to see that Summer is not only jealous of Kyle and Claire's relationship, but also feels like she's being pushed out of Kyle's life, the man she once thought was her everything. Jack understands how Summer feels. As an experienced father, Jack is always worried about the hurt his daughter is going through. To Jack, Summer is not only his daughter but also the mother of Harrison, the child he loves and always considers a part of the Abbott family. Therefore, Jack knows that he has to do everything to make Summer feel appreciated, no matter what happens between Kyle and Claire. During this conversation, Jack will try to cheer Summer up and convince her that even though Kyle is dating Claire, she will always be an important part of the Abbott family, and no one can change that. Jack will reassure Summer that she will never be abandoned, and that the Abbott family's love for her is as strong as ever. Although Jack's words were loving and comforting, Summer's jealousy was not easily erased. She felt like she was losing something important, especially when she saw Kyle with Claire, someone she once trusted and loved. Summer's relationship with Kyle had been strong, but now, it all seemed to be falling apart before her eyes. Jack swears to Summer, a promise for the future. While this conversation could not completely erase Summer's insecurities, Jack would never stop swearing to her that she would always be an important part of the Abbott family, especially to Harrison. Jack's promise was an unconditional commitment, an affirmation that no matter how things changed, Summer would always have a safe place in the Abbott family. This might help Summer feel more secure, at least for a moment. However, deep down, the hurt in her heart could not be erased. She finds herself unable to stop worrying about Kyle and Claire's relationship. Despite Jack's best efforts to reassure her, nothing can stop Summer from feeling jealous and resentful. Summer and a war of emotions. Despite Jack's comfort, Summer can't stop thinking about winning Kyle back. She knows it might not be easy, but she won't give up so easily. Summer's life has changed so much since she saw Kyle and Claire together, and now her sense of love and belonging is being challenged. No longer just a companion, Summer feels like she has to fight to keep Kyle, even though she knows it could make things worse. In Summer's mind, her plan begins to take shape. She will do everything she can to win Kyle back, even if it means causing pain and conflict with Claire, who is currently dating him. Summer will not be left behind. She will not lose this emotional battle. And while she knows she is facing a big challenge, she also knows that if she does not act, she will forever be an outsider in Kyle and Claire's love story. Jealousy leads to important decisions. The conversation between Jack and Summer is more than just a casual conversation about family and love. It is a pivotal moment, the starting point for a series of decisions that Summer will have to make in the coming months. Jack's promise cannot erase Summer's feelings of abandonment, and she will continue to search for a way to resolve this conflict. Despite Jack's best efforts to soothe her, Summer cannot help but feel jealous. The emotional battle between her, Kyle, and Claire will be the focus of the upcoming episodes, as Summer devises a new plan to win Kyle back, a plan that could have unexpected consequences, not only for Summer herself, but for those around her. While Jack's promise may provide some temporary relief, the story of her relationship with Kyle is far from over. Summer will continue to struggle with jealousy and hurt, while Kyle and Claire will have to face their own decisions. Will Summer be able to win Kyle's heart back, or will she have to face the fact that he has completely turned his back on their past? What will happen as Kyle and Claire's relationship continues to evolve? And will Jack be able to continue to protect Summer from the bad decisions she might make in the heat of the moment? All of these questions await answers in the upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless, as the relationship between Summer, Kyle, and Claire continues to be a focal point of inevitable conflict and emotion.